strongest human beings to ever walk planet Earth, and they are making their way here now. They're coming in an assortment of vehicles, and as soon as they get out of those vehicles, I think the first one is held by none other than the man called the Mountain. He features in Game of Thrones. He stands at 6'9" tall. He's over 200 kilograms. He's the 2018 world's strongest man. Would you please give it up for Hafthor Julius Bjornsson? He's come all the way from Iceland, and he is a very determined man indeed. He crushes the ground beneath him with every single step, and he is here to partake in the inaugural World's Ultimate Strongman. He will take his flag with pride, and we'll get ready to see the next athlete who is as keen as he is to compete in what will be an incredible spectacle of strength. 6 events we will see, kicking off with a 20-ton truck pull. A man like Hafthor will lean with all of his body forward, driving with his legs, dragging that truck forward, hopefully in the fastest time possible. But he'll have to do so against a man who is making his way to the fighting arena now. He comes all the way from Colorado in the United States of America. He is one of the strongest men of all time. He is a 4-time world's strongest man. He stands at 6'8" tall. He is the Gigantor. Please put your hands together for Shaw. There is an awful lot of human mass in that vehicle, because behind him, getting out of that vehicle now, is a man who hails from Dartford, England. He is a former Britain's strongest man. He stood on the podium of the world's strongest man, not once, but twice. He was over 200 kilos, and he is now ripped to the core. His name is Big Tell Terry Pollins. There is an awful lot of fanfare welcoming each and every single one of these alpha males into this competition here. An awful lot of planning has gone into this. You're seeing that by the scale and the ambition of this event. And we've only just seen 3. There will be 12 strongmen competing to make history, competing to be the first ever. And this man is the 2016 Europe's strongest man. He's overcome every single injury that he has faced, and he does so with a smile on his face. He hails from Swindon, England, and his name is Big Loz, aka Lawrence Charlotte. Look at the ovation for the man. He's traveled all the way from England, and he means business. Straight over there, please, Loz. He will collect his flag, and he will hold it with pride. And behind him is a man who stands tall at 6'8". He is one half of the biggest brothers to grace the Isles of Scotland. He has massive ambitions, has lifted the largest Atlas stone ever in Britain. He is the Albatross, Tom Stoltman. There is a cavalcade of vehicles to bring each of these athletes in today. Nothing but V8 and V10 engines to support their skeletal structure. The man sitting in the front is an absolute phenom from Africa. He is arguably one of the strongest men to ever grace planet Earth. His full name is Sheikh Ahmed Al Hassan Sanu, or as we like to call him, Iron BB. 180 kilograms and one of the nicest men you're ever likely to meet. This man makes Mr. T look diminutive. He is a true beast. And following him in another 4x4 is another strong man. He makes up the second half of the two strongest brothers in all of Scotland. He's the 4 times Scotland's strongest man. He is giving it loudly, as they say in Scotland. He is the Royal Oak, Luke Stockman. My goodness me, these are just the entrances. Imagine what's going to happen when the action truly begins. He has a smile on his face now. I can assure you, he means nothing but business. He has the pride of St Andrews on his back. He is the flower of Scotland. And following him is the greatest Canadian strongman ever. He's the 7-time Canada's strongest man. We like him so much, we give his first 2 names initials. Please give it up for JF Caron. Again, another man with smiles on his face. This has never been seen here before. Never has so much mass got out of so few vehicles. This is an advertisement for motor engineering, and behind him is a man who is essentially an Olympic utopia. He hails from Poland. His athleticism is quite frankly off the chart. Please give it up for Matthias Kieliszewski. Roughly 150 kilograms, and you will not find a faster moving man at that body weight. He would give Usain Bolt a run for his money when he's got a super yoke on his back. Getting out of the next vehicle is a man simply known as the Dragon. He is the MSS Wrestling World Champion. Would you please give it up, hailing from the United States of America, Martins Lucius. One of the biggest personalities in all of strong, and will put up some of the biggest numbers here today. Write this man off at your peril. He gives it a big talk and he backs it up with nothing but big action. Following him, lady considered by many to be the greatest strongman of all time. The list of accolades is longer than even his arms. He is the 5-time world's strongest man. He's known by Big C. At birth his name was Strunas Saviskas. What a creature he is. 43 years old, overcome a nerve on his left side. And you write that man off, and you're writing off strongman history. Behind him is a man hailing from Georgia. He is called the Georgian Bull. He has the strongest traps to sit on any human being walking the blue marble we call Earth. And his name is Constantine Janashia. 15 years separate these two strong men. Nothing short of first class. My goodness gracious me. What a spectacle we've got in front of ourselves. 6 events to separate the first ever WUS 2018 champion. This everything to each and every single one of these strong men. And this means everything to us all watching this here now. They make their way walking forward to the area which will take place and will be the platform of their first event, which will be the truck pull. They will attempt to pull 20 tons of truck, 30 meters. The winner will be the first man to do it in the fastest time. They will go one at a time. This is not their first rodeo. They've towed planes, but they've never towed a truck like this. The heat as we're feeling, just standing, is overwhelming. And not many people here enter the triple figures in the kilogram weight department. Hafthor Bjornsson weighs in at over 200 kilograms, as does Gigantor Brian Shaw. Such a difficult one to predict this. Different events lend themselves to different athletes. The way this will work is very simple. They will get themselves harnessed up. They will then attempt to pull, with that rope, a 20-ton truck. He is a colossus human being. He's a colossus from Colorado. His gum shield is in. He's getting himself focused. He's establishing the details he needs to know. Darren Sadler, referee, is explaining where the finish line will be, where he's got to stop pulling. The finish line is where the Beast Eddie Hall and Robert Oberst are sat, along with referee Magnus V. Magnusson, who's come all the way from Iceland for this event. I could not be more excited for this. In history, the man you're looking at here will be considered a Goliath amongst men. Here we go. I'll wait for the referee, and as soon as he's ready, it's over to him. Final discussion is taking place here. So much meticulous detail. It's over to the referee. Ryan has taken the strain. His time has not started. He wants to take all the slack out of that rope. And then we await Darren Sadler, the referee's instructions. And we are off. A slight slip from Brian Shaw. Grip proving to be an issue. And he's getting underway. The momentum he's overcoming. Putting all of that power through the concrete. Look at the focus. Just look at this truck. Look at the speed it's moving at. Faster than walking pace. He's got to get the truck across the finish line, not just himself. And that was an effort. Our next athlete taking the strain comes all the way from Scotland, England. He is known as the Albatross. His name is Tom Saltman. Our referee is happy. And we are off. Look at the strain Tom's going through here. 6'8" is Tom Stoltman. Going slightly left and slightly right. What he's after is pinpoint accuracy. Tom Stoltman, this is not his first pulling event. The truck is very much moving. Already we can see the difference in speed between Brian Shaw and Tom Stoltman. He's come all the way from Scotland and this means business. He's not even 25 years old, this man. He's very, very young in the world of strongman. The world of strength is very much at his feet and he's crossed the finish line. Our next athlete stands at 6'5" tall. He hails from Georgia. He has some of the strongest traps you'll ever see in your lifetime. He is known as the Georgian Bull. He is a man you'd call a dark horse in this event and in the entire WUS 2018. He is ready to go and we are off. Let's take a look at the focus on this man here. Look at the Very interesting adjustment to the technique. He's leaning over more than most of the other athletes, using a lot more arms, but now he's getting this truck motoring. Now it's all getting underway. He's gone for the climbing shoes. Some people like boots, some like basketball trainers, but Konstantin Janashia, 28 years old, has gone for climbing shoes to get maximum traction on the floor. A very, very solid performance here. He's digging incredibly deep, using that core strength, and he is across the line. We are 3 athletes down, we are 9 to go, and we'll rejoin you with the next athlete. Our next athlete has come all the way from Dartford, England. He is a fan favourite. And he is underway. This man has a world record for a 12-ton bus pull over 20 meters. This is a 20-ton bus pull over 30 meters, and you can see why he has a world record. Look at the mobility. He's almost stumbling, he's going that fast, pressing all his strength through the floor, getting, at one time, he was over 200 kilograms. That looked quick. What we're looking at is Martins Lissis getting himself locked in. His harness is on. He has taken a lot of the slack out of the rope. You can always be guaranteed that Martins Lissis from the United States of America delivers and gives everything. Darren Sadler's communicating with him now, asking him if he's ready. He's given the nod. Whistle blown, and we are off. Look at that sheer brutality. Look at how much force he's putting through the rope. What an absolute animal Martins Lissis is. He's of Latvian stock. He was trained by Odd Haugen, a Norwegian strongman. And he's giving everything. Really pushing with every stride. Almost difficult to determine the difference. Slightly shorter than some of the other competitors. 6'8", the tallest athlete we've seen so far in Brian Shaw. I have it down here that Martins Lissis hovers around the 6'2", 6'3", so he gives away 5 inches in terms of height. But I'll tell you what, not an ounce of energy. What an effort this is. The next event after this will be the arm-over-arm truck pull. We're about halfway through the first truck pull event of this kind. Then we'll explain the arm-over-arm pull when that comes up. But as for us here, the action is just getting warmed up. Up next is Iron BB, and we'll join you as soon as he's ready. The man we're looking at here hails from Burkina Faso in Africa. Now I draw your attention to his focus. He's donning sunglasses and a bandana. He is a phenom of strongman. He's very young in terms of strongman, very new to strongman, but unbelievably strong. I was involved in a world record that he broke a few months back. He really wants this. He's 180 kilograms, and you can see just how taxing this is from a cardiovascular standpoint. His brother is here supporting him, giving him every ounce of encouragement he can. Iron BB has bleached his mohawk for the occasion, and when the hair goes blonde, BB means absolute business. The next strongman ready to take on 20 tons of truck is the oldest athlete in this particular field. He's 43 years old. He's also considered by many to be the greatest strongman of all time. He's a 15 times Lithuanian strongman, a 4 times world strongest man. He is no stranger to the intricate details of what it takes to win. If you want to see how this event is done, I suggest you look no further than the man taking the strain, taking the slack out of the rope, Big Z, Sadrunas Saviskas. And he is off. No arms used initially, just legs. Look at how parallel he is to the ground. This is an exhibition. Arrow straight from Big Z. Legs pumping with metronomic frequency. Not looking forward, looking down, not missing a single hand grip. Look at how quickly this truck is gaining momentum. And that is how you pull a truck. And that is how many men it takes to stop a truck. Wow. We'll join you with our next athlete. Our next strongman here hails from Canada. A former alpine skier. Now, when this event taxes anything, it taxes the quads, the glutes, and the calves. Two of those muscles are integral to alpine skiing, so expect this man here not to slow down. JF Caron is focused, and he started. Again, unbelievably parallel to the floor here. Taking much bigger strides than we saw with Big Z. Nothing but his toes, nothing but the heel of his toe, the balls of his feet touching the concrete. Every single stride, they are pressing into this concrete here. We are witnessing a world's first. On a man who many considers to be the strongest man in the entire world. He weighs over 200 kilograms. He stands at over 6'9" tall. He is giving absolutely everything of himself on this. Look at how much force is going through the concrete. Look at what this means to him. Look how much support there are from Dubai in this very first WUS 2018 competition. And he is across the line and looks very happy indeed with that. If you look up focus in the dictionary, you'll see a picture of Hafthor Bjornsson after a truck pull. While his team look elated, it looks like he may have taken the lead on that one. This man, Big Loz, Lawrence Charlet, has never looked so focused. He's getting his instructions from Mark. He wants to find out exactly how this event works. Some events, it's about the man crossing the line. This event is about the truck crossing the finish line. 30 meters. Lawrence weighs in at 163 kilograms. He says he feels great. If Loz feels great, expect his performance to be great. He's taken the strain, and he is off. Look at the grimace in the man. The man is known for his mobility. He might be 163 kilos, but this boy can shift, and he is moving. The truck is moving, and it's going very quickly. Slight lateral action there. But this is fast start to finish. And he celebrates at the end with a roar. With a Charlet roar. So in arm over arm style, using nothing but the biceps and the back muscles to achieve that. They'll be static, it'll take grit, it'll take determination, and it'll be very, very special. Now the scores and the doors are as follows. In 12th place, we have Tom Stoltman. In 11th place, we have Konstantin Janashia. In 10th place, we have Luke Stoltman. In 9th place, I am BB. 8th place, Martins Lissis. 7th place, Sujuna Saviskas. 6th, JF Caron. 5th, Mateusz Kiliszkowski. 4th, Brian Shaw. 3rd, Hafthor Bjornsson. 2nd, Lawrence Charlet. And in 1st place from England is Terry Holland. But there is still all to play for as we begin our second event. He stands at 6'8" tall. He's only 24 years old, but he is one of two brothers, two of the biggest brothers you ever likely to see in the Highlands of Scotland. He is ready to go, and so are we. We are ready, referee. Magnus Fig Magnusson is ready. He gives his cue to the driver of the truck to release the brake. That is crucial for obvious reasons. The slack's been taken out of the rope. And for the very first time here in Dubai, we are seeing an arm-over-arm truck pull. You can see from the grimace how difficult this is. But the truck is on its way. The truck is moving. This is a battle just to keep your hands in position and to stop them from slipping. What a spectacle this is here. Seeing a 10-ton truck move with just his arms, powering his legs into that block, trying to use every muscle, almost like a leg press, much like a leaning over squat. The truck has possibly slowed down, although he's digging deep. Tom Stoltman's wrapping the rope around his arm now, trying anything to get that truck to move once again. Although he's calling it time there, what an effort. He stands up, he takes his gum shield out, and we applaud him. That was special. Up next will be somebody willing to give it just as much as that, and hopefully they can get this truck across the finish line. And when they're ready, we'll be joining them. Now facing the truck is Konstantin Janashia. If you saw this man's traps without that t-shirt on, you'd realize why he is going to be made to do this. He's also an S&C coach. He's a strength and conditioning coach, which means he will probably not fatigue as easily as some of the other athletes. I cannot reiterate to you just how much effort this takes. Not only is it an arm event, not only is it a back event, it's also a leg event. Konstantin Janashia is pressing into the wood, pressing into this to try and keep that truck moving. Once the truck stops, it becomes a different ball game entirely. It's looking like he's re-gripping, he's standing up, he's taking the strain again. This is phenomenally difficult to do. He's calling it quits there. That was a hurdle too high there. He's drawing his breath. He's looking at his hands. Very easy to rip the skin from your hands in this event, and that is why this event is quite simply one of the strongest events you will see on planet Earth, with 12 of the strongest athletes on planet Earth. Up next, we'll have the second of the Stoltman brothers, and we'll be back with you very shortly. Up next in this event is the second of the two Scottish brothers. He's called the Royal Oak. He's pressing in to another fine wood, adopted a slightly different strategy. He leant back into it like a traditional deadlift, and he is getting this truck moving by far the quickest out of any of the three athletes we've seen so far. This truck is now really beginning to motor. Luke's really showing us just how strong he is. Really opting for a deadlift, a deep deadlift position. 30 seconds of grit and hard work going into this. He's wrapping the rope again. Once the grip goes, other options become the only thing possible. So he's opting for his right arm, giving everything. Look there, look what that means to him. This is what this title, this potential title, the podium, an inaugural event means to these guys. He's exclaiming. What a colossal effort from Luke Stoltman. He hangs his tongue out with fatigue. No doubt lactic acid coursing through his body, but he's smiling. And why wouldn't you be? Because what a privilege it is to compete in an event of this magnitude and this standard. So the man taking the strain now comes from Burkina Faso in Africa. He's new to the sport of strongman, but he has scaled the ranks so unbelievably quickly. His talent is limitless. Look how quickly he's getting this truck from inertia. Look how quickly this truck is now moving. He is exclaiming because he is giving everything. Using more back than the people in this. Cheered on by his brother. His 18-year-old brother is behind him 100%. IMBB has the biggest legs in the world, and you can see them. This man is a species. And the truck, every single strongman so far has looked at their hands. Such a difficult thing to do. to maintain grip like that. And Iron BB calls it a day. Let's give that man a round of applause. These guys are putting on a show for you here. Every single one of them, whether they're 12th or whether they are first, they are giving everything. Our next athlete, ready and raring to go, is from the United States of America. He's 6'2" and 150 kilograms of American beef. Now, this man is a two-time MAS Wrestling World Champion. Strength is integral to this. And that is why this man is ripping the bumper off this lorry. This is metronomic. There's a real sticking point. A flexion with the legs, and then a sticking point from the rope. And all these guys are pushing their way through it, pulling their way through it, chalking up their hands, and committing with everything they've got. Listen to the crowd getting behind him. This is when it gets tough, but this is when Martins Lisses digs so deep with everything that he's got. As the grip begins to go, he still gives everything. Lying down now, every last rep, every final inch could make or break podium places in this event. Let's go, Martins Lisses. Wow. This really is a war of attrition, and up next is a man who's no stranger to this event. It's Big Z, and we'll be with him in just a few seconds. Now, this here is nothing short of a privilege. The greatest strongman to ever grace this wonderful area we call Earth. He's taken the strain. This man is known for slow and assuring reps. Now look at that. He takes the slack out the rope. The truck begins to move, and then he maximizes on that inertia that he's overcome. 15 times Latvia's strongest man. 3 times Europe's strongest man. 4 times the world's strongest man. And he wants more. He wants more. That's why he is the greatest. You never see this man like this. You never see him giving this much. You never see him exclaiming like this. Look at that effort. The truck is still moving. The crowd are still behind him because we want it, and so does he. We get the whistle call from the referee. There is not a lot differentiating the top 2 places in this one. And because we're doing this in reverse order, we are fast approaching the business end of the position so far. And we'll be back with you very quickly. So leading this event so far, we have Martins Lisses, who's leading this by about 1 meter. However, the next 4 places are decided by only 35 centimeters. Everything is still to play for as the 7-time Canadian strongest man takes the strain. And we are underway. And once again, his unbelievable strength shows, going for much bigger reaches than possibly some of the other men. Still giving everything, pressing. He's a man after my own heart. He's gone for the Air Force 1 foot option, and it's serving him well. Look at this here. This is when it gets hard, and this is where those 30 centimeters, that's all this can be about. 30 centimeters. He wants it. He is grimacing. He is extending. Every single repetition on this matters. It counts. As his grip goes, his desire does not fade. His legs are still straightening. He calls it quits there. He saves a little bit in the tank for the next event. But skin will leave hands in this event. Wow, I cannot wait to find out how far he's pulled that truck. And a person looking to upset the party behind JF Karam will be Mateusz Kaliskowski, and we'll see him in a second. Well, after JF Karan's performance, he moves himself into the lead by only 20 centimeters, but he is in the lead. But a man who looks like he's sculpted out of stone, Mateusz Kaliskowski, is looking to upset the party. And he is underway. He has talked the floor, making this smoother than cashmere. Every single bit of friction is working for this man. The athleticism is ridiculous. And the truck speed is possibly the fastest we've seen this truck being pulled with arm over arm today. And the crowd are responding. Dubai is responding because they know how much this means. His gum shield's in, he's changing his grip. He is now pulling from stationary, but he has the power to do that. He's asking for more slack to be pulled. And Mateusz Kaliskowski has given everything. He still wanted more, and that's the ambition of the man. He is one of the biggest human beings you're ever likely to see, and one of the strongest human beings you're ever likely to see. This man is meticulous with his planning. He didn't look 100% happy with his last performance. Can he rectify it now? And that right there is a man who can deadlift the best part of 460 kilograms. This man is conditioned. And just look at how long each of those repetitions are. Not short, not quick, long, patient, giving everything, pressing into the wood, opting for gardening gloves, and they are proving dividends. This truck is getting a shift on. If any man can get this from stationary for a second time, it's the Coloradan Colossus, Gigantor, Brian Shaw. He stood up again, all 6 foot 8 inches of him, all 203 kilos of him. There he goes. He takes a big breath. He looks at Magnus Magnuson, the referee, and says, I hope that's enough because I've just given everything. We'll find out what distance he's just pulled in a second. He's 30 years old next month. He has brought a whole contingent of support all the way from Iceland to get behind him. He is the mountain. He is Hafthor Bjornsson. He is currently in third, but he's looking for first. He's taking the slack out the rope. And once this thing gets underway, expect this truck to move. And we are off. That was power. This man has deadlifted 472 kilos with an elephant bar. So he knows all about pressing his feet into an object beneath him. At the moment, it's wood that's nailed to this concrete. The wood isn't moving an inch, but the truck really is shifting. This truck is beginning to move. He's going for long drawn out, much like Brian Shaw. Being 6'9" means that you've got to alter your technique. The truck has stopped. Will he be able to overcome this inertia? No one's done it so far, but he wants it. He's wrapped the rope behind him. They call him the mountain for a reason. He stood up for a third time. And he says, that's enough. I cannot wait to find out how far he's pulled. We currently have a tie for first place, but if Thor has pulled it more than 13.2 meters, we have a new winner. His name is Big Loz, Lawrence Charlet. And we have a narrow stance from Lawrence Charlet. He's getting behind this. A slight slip, but he immediately recovers. Look at how much power. Lawrence is moving fast. This truck is moving. Lawrence looks to the sky with every repetition. Every single repetition he gives, he's pressing and squeezing with his quads. Hanging on. His hands are chalked. Let's go, Lawrence. Doing it for England. Pulling with everything. Leaving nothing. No stone unturned. Because this is an inaugural event. This is a chance to make history. Now let's find out how far that truck has been pulled. This man could get onto a Mr. Olympia stage and wipe the floor with the competition, the sort of condition he has arrived here in. This man has been on the World's Strongest Man podium in 2008 and 2011. He's incredibly experienced at this event. He knows all about what this takes. He stands tall at 6'6". He said to wait the longest. He knows the time, he knows the distance to beat. 13.2. Can Terry Hollands, I've just been told, handsome Hollands, can he go first again?
Shabini, the wake-up call. Now we are in the middle of a crazy lineup of a lot of bikes.
And he's off to a very strong start. His hands are incredibly well chalked.
Those guys are crazy doing some rounds and rounds here at Bobby Shams.
This truck is really moving.
It's gonna be really cool to see.
You see the rope tense, then you see it slacken. And when that rope tightens, you can see the force moving through the rope, pulling at the knot, ripping the bumper off here. This is heading into the business end. This is where points can be made. This is where Hollands can get himself onto that podium. Let's go, Hollands. Terry Hollands. He's looked across the referee. He's found out there are 10 seconds to go. And he says that's enough for him. And we hope that pull was enough for us.
So we've got 4 events on the stage. We're going to kick off with a silver dollar deadlift behind us. Now, if you're wondering why have we not started yet, very simply, we've got a camera set up just behind the silver dollar. Now that's going to allow us to take a 180 Neo from the Matrix type shot. So when we see the best part of 500 kilos, the best part of half a ton get lifted, we'll see that in every single angle possible. That'll be event number 3. All the events will take place on this stage. So we'll go for a little walk. Now, cameraman, please be careful. We haven't rehearsed this. I don't want you to fall off stage. So if we walk this way, this is the axle press medley, or the press medley, if we freeze you there. At the very end, we begin with the log press. 160 kilos of the finest engineering to sculpt that log, followed by the 100 kilo giant dumbbell. The guys with 2 hands will lift that dumbbell to their shoulder. Then with 1 hand, they'll attempt to lock out. Only after they've done that, they'll transition behind us here. Mind out, cameraman, which is called the axle press. They'll lift this onto their chest eventually, and then press this out with both hands. That there is 160 kilos as well. And finally, after that fatigue and lactic acid has kicked in, they'll have the giant what is this called? The giant shield. It's 140 kilos, incredibly awkward. There's a handle around here. They'll attempt to lift that and again press it. If that wasn't enough, they'll then have the super yoke, separate event, the 5th event. 580 kilos they'll carry on their shoulders. They will attempt to run down here in the fastest time possible. Then, the 6th event, the pièce de résistance, if you will. We have the Atlas Stone Run, the heaviest Atlas Stone run in history. They will start with 170 kilos at the other end and end here with this beautiful creation, 225 kilograms. They'll try and lift onto this platform here. If they do that, Dubai will lift the roof that doesn't even exist straight off this open air arena. And so, Dave, it's safe to say we've got a very special few hours ahead. He's ready. He's lost 35 kilos in 2018. 6 stones the man's lost. And I'll tell you what, he doesn't half look good. So first up will be in reverse order of the performances of the last event. So here to make amends is a man who hails from Burkina Faso. His full name is Sheikh Ahmed Al-Sansanu, although we like to call him Iron BB. He's here with his brother, 18 years old. That's 400 BB. Although this man won't make it look like 400, he'll make it look like 400 pounds. There's his brother, genetics right there. We're gonna wait for Maggie, the head referee, to give it the nod. The raps are going on. Yes, Dubai, let's get behind him. Now that looked easy. We've got easy money. Yes, yes, madam. I like that. It's go hard or go home in Dubai. That's what we want. So we've got 11 more athletes to go. 400 is the opening weight. That looked surprisingly easy. And here's the man who came second in the first event. Wasn't happy with his performance in the arm over arm pull, but he's back to make redemption. Give it up for Big Loz, Lawrence Shirley. He's getting his wraps on. A slight stumble, but he gets it. Big Loz means business. He's got the red sleeves, the red straps, the red Converse. That man is walking with a purpose. Up next, we have a man they call the Royal Oak. He's come from Scotland. He wants this Scotland, somebody says over there. The Highlanders are in the house. Everyone gets strapped on, because in strongman you are allowed wraps. $400 kilograms. He waits for the cue. And just like that, he gets it. Can you believe he's the smaller of the brothers? What is in that water in Scotland? I want a piece of the action. Up next, we're gonna see the big brother. He's the younger brother, but he stands tall at an unsightly height. He's called the albatross. He's going for the socks. Let's have this one, Tom. Well done, Tom. Gets it. He's happy. 400 kilograms. I'm going to continue to remind us that is a heck of a lot of weight. Up next, we have a man considered by many including Bill Kazmaier to be the greatest strongman of all time. You will never see focus like this man. Yes. Gets a measure of the weight, then whips it up. Zydrunas Savickas, 15 times Lithuania's strongest man. Some might say the real alpha amongst alphas. And here he comes, Mr. Traps, the Georgian bull, Konstantin Janashia. Yes, Konstantin. I spoke to Darren Sadler before this event and he spoke about how much pressure it puts on the lower back immediately. Massively challenging event, this one. Up next, we expect to hear an ovation. He is mountain from Game of Thrones. He tips the scales at 203 kilograms. Lots of us have come here to see him, including his own supporters club, who have an Icelandic flag almost as large as he is. Would you please give it up for Hafthor Julius Björnsson? Made that look very easy. This is the man who has pulled 472 kilograms off the floor on an elephant bar. Is it harder than a silver dollar? Not for me to say. Possibly speak to Big Eddie about that afterwards. Now up next, we have a man equally as big. You can hear him when he walks. He's from Colorado. He's the Gigantor, Brian Shaw. This event means an awful lot to him. He has come here for one thing and one thing only, and that's to take home first place. .6'8". Again, over 200 kilograms. Let's go, Brian. MC Hammer played in the background, and I'll tell you what, you can't touch that silver dollar deadlift. Apparently that was a bad pun. There will be worse, believe me. Now here he comes. He's currently overall in first place from Dartford, England. The strongman legend. Give it up for Big Tell, Terry Hollands. Yes, Terry gets it. That man has veins in places I don't have places. Next up, he is walking with unaverted attention.
except when he waves to the crowd. He's the dragon. He's from the United States. Martins Lissis. Trained by Odd Haugen, the Norwegian strength legend. Easy money. He learnt to live on a family farm. I'll tell you what, I wish I knew where that farm was. 2 more to go. He is the greatest Canadian strongman ever. Would you please give it up for J.F. Caron? Yes, his deadlift personal best is 463 kilograms, so that is within him. Finally, here he comes, a man who personifies athleticism. He's from Poland. He's currently in 1st place in the last event. It's Matthias Kieliszkowski. He doesn't enjoy the deadlift, but you couldn't tell it there. So now that completes all the competitors. Now all that's left to do is to raise the bar from 400 to 430. And once that's ready, we'll be right back with you. We are now ready for the second attempt with the second weight of 430 kilograms. We'll await to find out the next athlete, and we don't have to wait long. This man set a world record on a show that's now 60 years old called Blue Peter. He attempted 69 reps of a human being overhead in 60 seconds. And did he do it? You bet he did. This man's static strength is off the charts. Unofficially, he is the largest legs on planet Earth. If you don't agree, you tell him. Here he is. Wearing the bandana. Let's go, BB.
He's got time. He's got... Unfortunately, not to be today. Well, he came and gave it everything. 180 kilograms. And next up, looking to be the first athlete to successfully lift 430 kilograms, welcoming back from Swindon, the Europe's strongest man in 2016, Lawrence Charley. Yes, Laws, 6'2", 10 times he's been to the world's strongest man. This is not his first rodeo. Now we have Luke Stoltman, just taking some ammonia to gather his thoughts. Here we are. Let's go, Luke. A lot of Scottish support here today. Very nice. And that's what it means to him to be competing here in the WS 2018, the inaugural Strongman event. And again, Tom gathering his thoughts too. 6'7". Nothing but camaraderie between the brothers. But right now, it's all about Tom. Well done, Tom. Tom is a man who Eddie Hall has said has a massive future in front of him, and we just saw it there. Big Z. If you want to watch technique, get your camera phones out now. Zydrunas Savickas, successful lift. A reminder, after this, we'll see 460 kilos attempted. If indeed they get that far. After that will be 490. Constantine Janashia growls as he comes in. Easy. 6 more to go on this weight. We've seen 6 left. He's back in the game. 6'9". One of the largest human beings you're ever likely to see.
In the year of 2018, he's the world's strongest man. For any of you wondering what genetics means, take a look at the man's dad, 6'8". His grandfather, 6'9.5". What a species. His head's down. Another man who means business. Currently joint fourth overall with the man you just saw, Brian Shaw. Meticulous preparation. Four times the world's strongest man. He's set. Yes, from Brian Shaw. This will be some fight. Big Terry just tightening his belt. Currently in first place. He left the sport. He's returned to the sport. If you look up transformation, you'll see a picture of this man right here. Yes, he wants it. Let's go, Terry. Let's get behind him. Yes. Well done, Terry Hollands. Martin's listed straight away on the bar. They call him the Dragon. Yes. 460 might be the weight that separates the real strong static strength holders. The gum shield goes in for JF Caron. 36 years old. A 15-year veteran. All that experience in one lift. You'll struggle to find a faster silver dollar lift tonight than that. Although maybe it can be matched by Poland's strongest man. One of Poland's fastest men, if they're over 150 kilograms. Kieliszkowski. It's not his favorite event, so Dubai, let's get behind him. He gets it. And he's happy about it. So now the next thing to do, add another 30 kilos and see you in a moment. We had to say goodbye to IMB, but that means we say back hello to Lawrence Charley. 2 times Britain's strongest man. He says he needs a bit of help for this one. So Dubai, we're gonna see him put his wraps on. And once his wraps go on, we want you to get behind him. Dubai, get ready to make some noise. When his knees come together, that's your cue. Now! Let's go, Laws! Let's go, Laws! Yes! Yes! Look what that means to him. Straight out the book of Mariusz Pudzianowski. Luke, if you need any help, say the word. Let's go, Luke. Luke Stoltman. He's got one more go. Luke, when you go again, we're all going to be behind you. Yes, Luke! Close. One thing that's worth pointing out about Luke, he only works, or rather, he only gets to train 2 weeks in a month because he works on an oil rig. So what you see here is essentially him taking half the time off.
That's how hard he works. That's how hard he trains when he's able to. Now it's the turn of his brother. Can the little brother usurp the big brother? He wants your support. It makes all the difference. Tightening as much as possible. Maggie's given the nod. Gone! Yes! 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 And that's why Eddie says this man has a very bright future ahead of him. So Drunas Savickas. Not his first time at a silver dollar. Not his first time at 460. But it is his first time doing it here in Dubai. Slowly squeezes it, then whips the bar up. Janashia up next. He wants this as well. He's seen two people successfully lift it in a row. Can he make it three? Oh, yes. That was filthy. Where will this stop? 490? Maybe higher. But the focus on 460 now is the big man, Hafthor Bjornsson. Easy as that. He's 30 years old next month. It's nice to feel that emasculated on stage. Here he comes from America. He's going toe to toe with Thor. Brian Shaw. Gigantor. Let's go, Brian. That man has been on 9 World's Strongest Man podiums. 9. Dominance. This man has been on 2. Back in 2008 and back in 2011. The trainers have come off. He's a changed man. Yes, Terry. Big lift, Terry. He's got time. He's got a second attempt if he wants it. And it looks like he does want it. Not to be. But Terry gave everything. Lissis, first man to the bar. Just requesting a slight adjustment. When you lift 460, you want the mats to be as flat as you like. That's experience as well, not hurrying it. Yes! Where did that come from? 6'2", 150 kilograms. Follows him up. He's a man that was a Quebec champion in alpine skiing many moons ago. JF Caron. If you're wondering why they sometimes nod, they're waiting for the referee to say that they are set. Only then can they lift. Oh, yes. That is a man to look out for in this event. As is the next man, Matthias Kilishkovsky. Eddie the Beast gives him a thumbs up. Nothing but camaraderie here. Let's go, Matthias. Not to be today. And there marks the end of the 460 kilogram attempts in the silver dollar deadlift. Up next is 490, and we'll be with you very shortly. In fact, sorry Josh on the DJ, while these guys get 490 prepped, Eddie, you've lifted 536 before. What does it take to lift this kind of weight and maybe even go above 500 kilos?
Well, not many people will know what half a ton feels like in the hands. You know, I would say everyone here should go to a gym, put 500 kilo on a bar, just out of a rack, and try and lift it 1 inch, and I can guarantee you'll pull your arms out the sockets. 536 kilo, now that's a different story. You know, this is when you're bursting blood vessels in your head to pull these sort of weights. It really does put huge strain under the body, huge.
Well, Eddie, thank you very much indeed. I think these guys are almost ready with the 490 kilograms. And by the way, when Eddie Hall did it, when Eddie Hall broke the world record, he did so with his own book. In fact, so impressive was it, whenever you mention it, motorbike engine startup, it really was something incredible. But 490 kilograms. Maggie Samuelsson, or rather, Magnus Veer. Magnus, I do apologize. Don't want to confuse you with the Swedish legend, Icelandic legend. But we have our first competitor at 490 kilograms, which I believe will be Swindon's finest. His beard has never looked so good. That's where his power comes from. Forget about Samson and the hair, it's all about the beard power. That's why I have no power, no beard. So the guys are just taking a minute, gathering their thoughts, getting themselves mentally prepared. Because if anyone's done a single rep in the gym, you'll know it takes it out of you if it's close to max. And when it gets close to 500 kilograms, even though it starts at 18 inches, that's challenging for anybody. Interesting to see the different techniques. We see someone like Z takes the whip out the bar, then lifts. Other people pull as hard as they can off the floor, get rid of the momentum. But as the whistle, in fact, we're taking a look at some of the replays there. There we see JF Caron. Do not write that man off. Very impressive lifting. So 460, although some guys successfully lifted it, they want to leave something left for the 3 remaining events. We asked who's next. I said, Zadrunda Safiskas, how long do you need? He shrugged and said, I'm ready. He's always ready. So can we please make him welcome to attempt 490 kilograms in the silver dollar deadlift. All the way from Lithuania, Big Z. He's got time. Dubai, let's get behind him. The first one out here at 490. Not to be today. He came out here and he gave it a go. That's the mark of the man. Up next, he's getting himself G'd up. He wants 490 kilograms, and we want to see that lifted off the floor. So let's get behind him. He's the Georgian Bull, Konstantin Janashia. Yes! He is a happy man. He yells. Will that be the only 490 we see successfully lifted tonight in Dubai? I doubt it. Because the man next is a giant. And his name is Hafthor Bjornsson.
The support from the Icelanders is unquestionable. Children have travelled many miles to support their hero. And I've travelled many miles to be here. Partly because I wanted to see this next man. You can hear him coming. He's going to give this everything. He is one of the strongest human beings to ever be born. Yes. Martins lifts this again, straight away, straight to the bar. The Dragon. Let's go, Martins. He's got another attempt. He can take his time, the full minute. Again, not to be today, but the Dragon attempts every single time. No delay as this predator stalks his next victim. The 7-time Canada's strongest man. I do apologize. It's Canada's 8-time. Don't get it confused with 7. That's how present this man is. He's listening to the numbers. Every number counts, as most blokes can attest. Here we go. Yes! That's why he's the 8-time Canada's strongest man. So we've seen Janashia, Thor, Shaw, and now Karan all successfully go past the 490 mark. Now we're going to find out what happens next, because frankly, I don't have a clue. So we are taking a 20-kilogram jump and we are going to 510 kilograms. 4 people: Konstantin Janashia, Hafthor Bjornsson, Brian Shaw, and J.F. Karan. For obvious reasons, we're going to give them a second to get themselves focused. To silver dollar deadlift past
the half-ton milestone, and what a spectacle it will be. So I'll be back with you, hopefully, very shortly. We're not going to waste any time. When a man of Janashia's stature tells you to get on with it, you listen to him. Mainly because I'm 75 kilos and he's not. 510 kilograms is now going to be attempted. And Dubai, we've got to get behind all 4 attempts. The courage to simply try this is off the charts. So can we please make him welcome the Georgian Bull, Constantine Janashia. Our cue for noise will be when the legs come together. We all want to see this. Yes! Over the knees! He gets it! And he tells everyone about it as well. Yes! I hope they know him. That was impressive. And again, a man wasting no time. Can we please get behind him? No doubt the Icelanders will. He is the mountain in Game of Thrones. Hafthor Julius Johansson. Wow! That was impressive. We have amassed an incredible selection of humanity. Brian Shaw in the back, getting himself ready. This is off the charts. This is off the charts. We might see 3 men in the inaugural WUS World Ultimate Strongman 2018 silver dollar deadlift over 500 kilograms. But it's only going to happen if you continue to get behind these guys. And Brian is up for this. He's tightening his belt. He's looking to the sky. Yes, he says. Over 200 kilograms of man. Come on, Brian. Let's go, Brian. He knows what he has to do. He's got time. This is Gigantor. Come on, Brian. $5.10, just a few kilos too many for the big man. Well, we have one man left to go at the 510 kilo mark. He is the 8-time Canada's strongest man. He is a world record in tire flipping. 4 flips of a 614 kilogram tire. We are all behind you. Let's go, Karan! That went over the knees with ease. It's in him. It's in him. It's going up. It's there. For any of you who weren't quite sure what he said after his first attempt, he said, "Goodness gracious me, I'm frustrated that the first lift didn't go up." But he said it in a much more concise fashion. So now this is over to the athletes as to whether they want to take it to the next level, literally and metaphorically. He wants this. We want to see it. 520 kilograms lifted in a silver dollar deadlift. Get behind him. I've never seen this before in the flesh, and I doubt many of you have. The only way it's going to happen is giving him maximum volume, maximum support. Yes, Janashik. He's got time. He's calling it there. Eddie nods. Right decision to make. 3 more events. That's the gratitude of the man. That's the graciousness of the man. Can we show our appreciation for that attempt? Constantine Janashia still has the grace to shake the hands of the referee, of the people that said it wasn't to be. He's walking towards the bar. This is a sight to behold. He weighs over 200 kilograms. He's brought an entire plane load of support. He wants it. Hector Julius Bjornsson. Reykjavik is celebrating. Would you please give it up for the man who just made 520 look unbelievably comfortable. 6'9" kilos of humanity. Wow, wow, wow. And that is why this is called World's Ultimate Strongman. 400, then 430, then 460, 490, 510, 520. Off the charts. And now our man is going to attempt to match him. He's made weights up to this point look easy. There is more left in the tank. He got 510 on the second time of asking. His static strength is offensive. He's composing himself. He is getting his head on. Big lift for JF Caron. Dubai, let's hear you. Let's go, JF. Yes! Yes! He is the 7th man ever to deadlift over 1,000 pounds and the second man right here in Dubai to silver dollar deadlift 520 kilograms. We promised strong, we've given you insane. How on earth do you make more weight with what we've got available? You know that you are offensively strong when you basically can't work out how to get the plates on. That is not a dilemma many of us have faced. Okay, I'm going to speak to Mark. Mark, what's the decision, dude? 2 minutes, he says. That's the decision. 120 seconds. So basically, there's a lot of mental arithmetic taking place. I mean, flip. So the world record is 5:36. Just saw 5:20, but hang on a second, Mark. Talk to Dubai.
We're going to call it a tie there with JF Caron and Hathor Bjornsson.
Do you know what? That was the fair thing to do. With what they just did there, we're only halfway through the strongman. We've got the press medley. We've got the stones. We've got the super yoke. So once more, for Hathor, for JF, and for everyone that basically put their body on the line. Dubai, can we please make some noise? Yes. Eddie, you're still the world record holder. But you know what? If the world record had gone, forever be the beast. We are now ready for our 4th event, which is the pressing medley. 4 events in the 4th event. They'll kick off with a 160 kilogram log. They'll have to press that out successfully once, followed then by the giant dumbbell. This bad boy weighs 100 kilograms. They'll lift it with 2 hands and then press it with 1. Then they'll transition over to the axle. Now this is a very thick bar, about the size of an average Coke can. They'll bring it to their chest. They'll then attempt to press it with both hands overhead before the final awkward implement called the giant shield. This weighs a cool 140 kilograms. So it goes 160, 100, 160, and 140 kilograms. They'll go head to head. Pairs will take place. We'll get to see 6 pairs go, and we'll find out who does it the fastest. We are absolutely ready, our very first pair to go. In fact, we need to get out of the way. If you stand over here, I'm going to get out of the way because health and safety never takes a day off. Even in WS 2018, we have INBB and we have
Mr. Kieliszkowski. The referees look ready. We are ready. Gentlemen, good luck. This is a fastest finger first. IMBB almost pressed 229 kilograms this year. This will not be difficult for them, but it's the combination of the events which could prove their undoing. Mark, it's over to you. And we are off. Nothing between them. Not even legs used with BB on that one. However, Kieliszkowski is a very fast man indeed. Setting themselves, oh my goodness, there's really nothing between this. It's onto the axle, 160 kilograms. Kieliszkowski first to the chest. BB steadying himself. He's lifted a lot more than this in this time. He's got to set himself. And he presses it. What an effort that was. And Kieliszkowski proving his mobility wins the day. IMBB, take your time. Make it 4 out of 4. We're all there with you, dude. And he presses it. However, unfortunately, the rules state that the implement has to be dropped in front of you, meaning that the fourth implement, the giant shield, will not count. He's deciding he doesn't want to go again, but I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, can we please give him a massive round of applause? That right there, that gives you a flavour of just how strong these men are. Awkward implements, incredibly heavy, one after the other, and our next pair's up next. Will it be youth or experience? Would you please welcome Tom Stoltman and Terry Hollands. Here we go. They are off. It's the Albatross versus Big Tel. The Albatross first to pull the trigger, presses it with comfort. Terry gathering himself. That's experience right there. He's possibly calling it quits there, Terry. Luke Stoltman pulling the axle to his stomach, getting it to his chest. Take your time, Luke. He's got time. 2 implements successfully completed. Mark the referee just telling him how much time he's got left. Luke gathering himself. He can do this. Spurred on by support. Let's go, Luke! Make it 3! He steadied it. Can he press it? Just not to be. The heat taking its toll. Too much for the Royal Oak today. So thus far, we've seen 4 athletes go. Only one's managed to successfully complete all 4 implements. Rare that you see a pressing medley. Up next, the brother of Luke, Tom Stoltman, taking on Lawrence Charlet. Again, England versus Scotland.
It has been a long day for these gentlemen. Not designed for the heat of Dubai, but leaving everything on this stage. Charlie using every second of allotted time. Loz really focusing on himself. Mark, it's over to you as we welcome Tom Stoltman and Lawrence Charlie. And they are off. Not much between them at all. Oh, very impressive from Lawrence Charlie. Tom Stoltman going for a second attempt on the log. Not given by Darren Sadler, will have to go for a third one. Lawrence Charlie makes his way to the third implement. Making casual work of this, and congratulations to Tom as he makes his way to the giant dumbbell. Lawrence actually going no-handed there. Both gathering themselves. Let's go, Loz, we're all with you, mates. Let's get behind them. Just too much. Loz calling it a day there. 2 implements successfully completed. Now Tom is showing us how much he wants this. Let's go, Tom. Big effort here. Big effort. You are seeing the product of men who refuse to give up. 6'2" Martins Lissis versus 6'3" Zydrunas Savickas. Zydrunas, a very fast man for his size, and Lissis, pure animal. So it's over to the next pair, Martins Lissis and Zydrunas Savickas. Here we go, they are off. Zydrunas making light work of that, stepping over the log while Martins goes around it. Zydrunas first to the shoulder, nothing between them now. And again Zydrunas making sure of everything. Lissis not far behind him as Zydrunas unfortunately mishandles the axle. Lissis gets it to his stomach. Let's go, lads. Both to the chest. Frustration from Big C. Let's go, Martins, you've got this. Focus. Look how much these guys are giving us. Both on the axle. Zydrunas asking for the time. 30 seconds left. That's experience, doesn't hurry, finds out, makes calculations. Martins possibly calling it a day, but Zydrunas fighting on. Zydrunas calling it quits. An awful lot of time in this heat. Over 300 kilograms of men we just saw there. It's time though for our fourth pair. This is a fast event. 2 more pairs to go. Shaw and Constantine Janashia. both assessing the positions of the implements, marginal gains. That's what this game's all about. Darren Sadler, referee, discussing what's required of him. Lifts do not count until the referee has given the down signal. They're waiting for the weight, the implement, whatever it might be, to be stable. Only then is it a lift. Then the referee will give the down signal and they can transition to the next one. This is why Brian Shaw's a 4 times world's strongest man. He doesn't just work out what he's going to do on the fly. He prepares. If you listen to his podcast, Shaw Strength, you'll learn an awful lot about preparation. And he's demonstrating that right now. The Georgian Bull getting his head in the game. After this will be the super yoke, 580 kilograms. The tires at the back of the stage that you can see, they'll carry that. Constantine has an advantage. He has traps made of alloy titanium. I've had that verified. He is a colossus, as are all the strongmen here. While the athletes are ready, Dubai, make them welcome. It's Gigantor versus the Georgian Bull, as Brian Shaw takes on Constantine Janashia. Brian placing a bit of chalk next to the axle, seeing a few guys lose their grip, and he's not going to be one of them. Look at the camaraderie from all the strongmen. Everybody willing their fellow competitors on. They might be rivals, but they're also friends. Unity. The Georgia Bull is ready. Brian Shaw's clapped the chalk. He's ready. Mark, it's over to you. They're off. This could be fast. Simple as that. Making light work of 160 kilos. The Georgia Bull walking, Brian Shaw running. Bulls don't run, they walk. Yes, both men, neck and neck. Nothing in this at all. Constantine still walking. Brian gets it straight to his stomach. Constantine to his chest, Brian to his chest. So close from Constantine. Yes, Brian. Onto the 4th implement. Taking his time, big breaths in. He wants this. He wants to be the second man to make 4 implements. The giant shield, 140 kilograms. 70% of his body weight. Listen to that clang against his chest. Such a strong man, core strength, stable. Can he press it, Brian? Get behind him! Let's go, Brian! Yes! Yes! He wanted it and he got it. Not to be for Constantine. He's aware we've still got 2 more events to go. Brian Shaw every single time. First time on the log, first time on the dumbbell. Slight adjustment on the axle destroys the shield. World's Strongest Man normally happens over a number of days. They might do 2 events in a day. It takes a long time to film. It's a 2-week endeavor. This is happening, like so many strength events now, in a day. This heat is possibly the biggest thing they've got to lift. The sun leaning on their back. And now night's fallen in. This is gorgeous. Up next, we'll see the 2 warriors, the 2 gunslingers who went at it, who lifted successfully 520 kilograms in the silver dollar deadlift. This is the big one. Overall first versus overall second. 2 points separate these men. It could be more, it could be less after this. Hafthor Bjornsson, JF Caron. Let's see the press medley. JF Caron first to the chest. Over, successful. Both men, first time. JF around, Hafthor over. First to the shoulder, JF again. Looking forward, jumps, gets underneath it. Essentially a squat jerk there. JF gathering himself, Hafthor first to the stomach. Straight to the neck. Oh, goodness gracious me. That was unreal. The whole of Reykjavik's with him. Hafthor with a giant shield. Brings it to his massive chest. Gets his elbows underneath and presses it like it weighs nothing whatsoever. That was dominant medley pressing. They are a happy bunch of people. That girl actually weighs 120 kilograms. Yes. Dominance. Now what could be very interesting is the time it's taken the athletes to do each implement. So if they didn't successfully make the 4th lift, they may have been the fastest of those who got 3 to make 3. As soon as we have an update, we'll give it to you. But that result may be crucial. Thor was in 2nd place, JF Caron was in 1st place. JF Caron was on 31 points, Hafthor was on 29. So our 5th event will be the Super Yoke, which weighs in at a colossus 580 kilograms. Guys will pair off. They will go head to head and attempt to carry this colossal structure 15 meters. Fastest time essentially wins. But by this point, with the heat, with the endurance, there is a lot their bodies have gone through, and fair play to whoever comes out on top. So the first pairing, I see Mr. Terry Hollands. I see Mr. Tom Stoltman. We have the Albatross, and we have Big Tell. Who'll take this? This is anybody's guess. Now, however, we are ready to see 2 gargantuan individuals go head to head. For the 5th event, the penultimate event, can you please make some noise for Terry Hollands and Tom Stoltman? And they're off. This is so much weight bearing down on them. Terry has got the Super Yoke moving. Tom's taken about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps. Keep going, Tom. This is simply a marathon to get to the finish line. But Tom, after 4 events, doesn't want to end there. He wants to make the finish line. He's willing this super yoke, as is Terry Hollands. My goodness me, are they putting on a show for us all. Let's go, boys. You do have time, Tom. You can make the line. You can make 15 meters. Everything, Tom. You're about 3.5 meters away. Mate, you are 90% of the way there. You can make it. Come on, Tom. We're with you. Can you please give these guys a round of applause? He's focused. There's a lot of support for Lawrence Charley. This is yours, he says. Adam, it's Adam, isn't it? Dude, you're here for the long haul, aren't you, dude? He's going nowhere. And I like your hair as well. Yes. Met some of the people from Swindon earlier, back in Lawrence Charley all the way. But there are also some Americans in the house. Loz is ready. Martins Lissis is ready. So Dubai, let's get behind them and welcome the next pair taking on the super yoke from England, Lawrence Charley, and from the United States of America, Martins Lissis. We are off, and as predicted, Lawrence Charley, look at the speed the man's going. Keep going, Loz, all the way to the finish. Mate, you've got this. Keep the core tight, keep the legs moving. That was an exhibition. Can we please keep the support going for Martins Lissis? What gargantuan efforts. Yes, Martins. My goodness gracious, Lawrence Charley. It doesn't matter how heavy the super yoke goes. You put it on the back of Swindon beef and he carries it all the way to the finish line. That's why he's a world record holder. That's why he's known as Mr. Mobility. Yes, Loz. Constantine is a man who's I've genuinely never seen a strong man as ready as Constantine always is. He was the first out when it came to the lifts in the silver dollar deadlift. This man's packed on 20 kilograms in the last 12 months. Anyone wondering about my gains? I've put on 2 kilos, hard earned. They were hard earned. So here he is, 2 friends, Lithuania, Georgia. They pump fists. They are ready to go. Big Z, Georgian Bull, Dubai. Would you please give it up for Sadrunas, Saviskas, and Constantine Janashia. Big Z has carried a super yoke of 640 kilograms before. An incomprehensible 60 kilos heavier than this. That was at the Arnold Classic. There is not a lot that Julius Viscus has not done. He is one of the true legends of strongman. Absolute founding fathers. Constantine 28 years old, is entering the prime of his life. Please give it up once again for Zydrunas Savickas and Konstantin Chanashia. The referee's blown his whistle, and the actual press itself, the squat, the quarter squat, proving so much, but Konstantin getting this structure moving. Get behind them, please. Get behind Konstantin. What an effort, Konstantin. You can get there. You can get to the finish line. Let's go, mate. One step at a time. Well past the halfway. 70% done. Come on, Konstantin. We're all behind you. 80%. So close. Dubai. Let's give him our support. He has time. 10 seconds left. He's calling it quits there. Massive effort there from Konstantin Chanashia. Luke Stoltman, this is all about pride. All about pushing himself to new levels. Proving to himself and to the world that he is one of the world's strongest men, which he undoubtedly is. It's Canada against Scotland. A slight adjustment being made to this super yoke. This entire process being facilitated by Mark. Mark's the man with the Scotland flag on his back. They offered him a Union Jack. He said no. Scotland flag. The flower of Scotland. The reason they're doing that is to make sure that the super yoke is arrow straight. So these guys have a fair competition. No one has an advantage in this. So it's JF Caron, it's Luke Stoltman, Canada versus Scotland, Dubai. Please make them welcome again, JF Caron and Luke Stoltman. What? Let's go, JF. Let's go, gents. You can make this finish line. Luke creeping the weight forward. JF creeping the weight forward. This could be a competition about inches. Let's go, gents. Giving us everything they've got. JF knows how important this is. Dig deep, JF. Come on, Caron. Come on, Luke. Big effort, buddy. Big effort, dudes. Great effort from both men. Great effort. Nothing but pride from Luke Stoltman, still smiling. Look at him, having the time of his life. And that's because of you and your support. Brilliant effort from Luke Stoltman. He is ready. Brian Shaw is ready. 180 kilos versus over 200 kilos in body weight. Would you please give it up for IMBB and Gigantor?
Brian Shaw.
They are off. Look at Brian Shaw move this implement. Taking care with every step. Focused. Focused on the finish line. He drops it momentarily, picks it straight back up and powers forward, powers on, because he is Gigantor. Yes, Brian Shaw. Colossus. And now is the turn of Iron BB. Let's go, Iron BB. Your brothers are behind you. Dubai's behind you. It's been a hard day at the office for Iron BB. His oldest brothers give him a round of applause. Let's go, BB. 10 seconds, BB. That was everything he had. Great job from Brian Shaw. Monumental effort from Iron BB. Kieliszkowski currently in 4th place, but only by 1 point. Whose core will remain strong? Who will keep their feet moving? Who won't drop the super yoke? It's time to find out for one last time in the super yoke. Dubai, would you please make some noise for Hapthor, Julius Bjornsson, and Matthias Kieliszkowski. They've got these structures moving. Kieliszkowski is off to a flyer. Kieliszkowski is moving so fast, giving it everything he has. As is Thor, closing the gap. Not much between them at all. Will anyone drop it? I would not like to call that one. Whoever won that one, that was by the flare of a nostril. That was by a gnat's hind leg. That was impressive. So just to add a little bit of context there, both sides of the super yoke have to go across the finish line for the time to stop. As soon as we have the outcome, the results of that will let you know. We'll let you know the placings going into the Atlas Stones. This man has lifted one of the biggest Atlas Stones ever in British history. He's on his own, but we're behind him. His name is Tom Stoltman. And we're off. He gets it to his legs, straight up. First one down. Well done, Tom. Once again, to his knees, and it's in. Look at the flames with each one he gets in. Let's go, Tom. Big effort here, buddy. Yes, Tom. Third effort. He wants more tacky. That allows him to grip the stone with just a little bit more. That is experience. It is warm out here. He's been sweating. That will not help with this. The Atlas Stones are very, very smooth because they are brand new. Here he goes. Big effort, Tom. Come on, mate. Well done, Tom. This man is showing us why he is one of the future competitors to look out for in strongman, supported all the way by his older brother, Luke. the largest Highland brothers you'll ever likely to see. Now for 225 kilograms, get behind him. He's got it off the floor. He's got it to his legs. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just seen a man make his mark in WUS 2018 Dubai and say, I came, and on the Atlas Stones, I conquered. Tom, take in your applause, my friend. And in case you're wondering, that's what a strongman looks like. He's big, he's lean, and his left side is tatted up. Yes, Tom Stoltman. Now all these other Atlas Stones are going to be head to head. The first head to head we'll see will be between his brother, Luke Stoltman, who will take on Zydrunas Savickas. Now it's possible that some men may decide to opt out of this. They've already partaken in 5 incredibly taxing events. This may be one step too far. But the time on each stone is integral, because for some people their place may be determined not by the number of stones, but how fast the final stone was in fact put on to its rightful place. So for example, if somebody only gets 4 stones but does it very, very quickly, that might be enough. Much like Eddie Hall in The World's Strongest Man 2017. He did the first 4 stones so fast, he didn't need to worry about the 5th. He'd already got the points. Now again, it's an unenviable task, the guys having to unload these Atlas Stones. The good news is they'll have to do this 10 more times, which is just good practice, really. I wouldn't have the balls to do it. No, got nothing. Thank you, got an applause. It was a pity applause, but I'll take any applause. I will take it. So, I look over to our strongman athletes to see who looks like they're stepping up. And I think it will be Luke Stoltman and Big Z. Very interesting to see the various techniques. Now, for some of the absolute strongest of the guys here, they'll lift the stones in one movement. Keep an eye out for Kilishkowski. In Giants Live in September of this year, he put together a series of Atlas Stones, which was sublime. Every single one of those stones, he didn't rest it on his legs, then lift it. He ripped it straight off the floor, hips and on. 17 seconds it took him. This, however, is a heavier set of stones. Will it be possible here? We will find out very shortly. Well, the refs look like they're now suitably exhausted after that. But the Atlas Stones are in place. I'm now creeping forward. Luke's in place. Zydrunas is getting... Now that's another interesting point. Some people go for tacky and they put it on their bare skin. Some people put tape on their forearms and then put tacky on that. Some people wear sticky sleeves. It's all horses for courses. Different sizes, different strengths, different limb length will all determine how they approach this. But what we're seeing, this right here is the blue ribboned event of strongman. The 100-meter final at the Olympic Games. That's what this is here. The only difference is, I mean, there's a massive difference, let's be honest. They don't resemble each other at all. Ridiculous analogy to make. So Luke as well got a tattoo on his left side. Expect to see Luke go through this in a very fast time. His brother put on an absolute exhibition without anybody to race against. Luke's going to be taking on Martin's Lisses. No, he's not. I saw you there, dude. I thought you were ready to go. I was responding. I was ad-libbing, and I ad-libbed myself into a corner. I'm going to reverse back out of there and continue to talk about Zydrunas Savickas, who is the man he will be facing. Zydrunas, unbelievably at his weight and unbelievably at his age, he is just the beast that swallowed Tokyo. He is the one. And he's competing at the highest level, the 4 times world's strongest man, the list of accolades. I mean, if I could unfold this paper, I'd read them out to you, but I can't, so I won't. But some I know, like he's 15 times Lithuania's strongest man, like he's 3 times Europe's strongest man, like the fact that at one stage he had every single overhead world record ever. He held them all at one stage. That's why they call him Big Z. Now we're going to get out of his way so they can get started. So, Dubai, would you please welcome to the Atlas Stones, Zydrunas Savickas and Luke Stoltman. Getting their hands around these colossal stones, proving quite tricky. They've been sweating all day, and Luke Stoltman, the first one to get the stone up. Taking their time between this now. This is all about pride. They've got enough time still left. Absolutely no question about that. The flames go off for both of them because they're both onto the 3rd stone. 190 kilograms. They have lifted heavier. Many times in Zydrunas' case. Taking his time. What a night it's been. Tom just giving Luke a little bit of extra tacky there. Acting as his coach here. Every single strongman supports the other one. That's what this sport is all about. That's why it's such a special sport. Zydrunas taking a step back. Let's go, Luke. Let's go, Luke. Getting more tacky. They've got 5 seconds left, and with that, they take a step and say they have given everything of themselves here in Dubai, here for an inaugural event. So please welcome Dubai. We have Constantine Janashia, we have Terry Hollands, and Constantine the first to get the first stone up. These stones are slippy. He moves to 190 as Terry loads the 180. After all of their work they've done. Let's go, Janashia. 190 in the bag. 200 left for him. Terry struggling to get a grip, takes a breath, takes a pause, takes a moment. Terry opting for the sleeves. Janashia, sleeve and tape. "40 seconds left, plenty of time for these guys. Janashia getting his head in the game, getting underneath the Atlas stone, dipping down, squatting underneath it, and yes, Janashia, he's over, it's on. This is a man who's focused. Time please, Daz. He's been told the time, and he calls it quits there after 4 successful stones. And Terry, 2 successful stones, but the 190 defeating him today. Dubai, we've seen something special, and these guys have not stopped. Can we please give it up for Constantine Janashia and Terry Hollands? 28 years old Martin Lisses up against the 2016 Europe's strongest man, Lawrence Charlet. Both of these gents can put up very fast at the Stones time. Lawrence Charlet, slight slip there. Exactly the same with Martins Lissis. But Loz gets it to his legs, and it's up. And it's up. Let's go, Martins. Putting a bit of extra tacky on the forearms. Well done, Loz, finding his rhythm. Well done, Martins, off the mark. 180 for Martins, 190 for Loz. Let's go, Loz. Nearly there, mate. So close. Again, the grip proving an issue. Loads of time for Lawrence Charlet, Darren Sadler, the referee tells him. Loads of time for Martins Lissis too. Giving every final bit they've had. 30 seconds left, gentlemen. Let's make this last stone. You've got it. You've got the time. You've got it in you. We're all behind you. Go on, Loz. Get underneath it. Make it count. Yes, Loz. Yes, Loz. That is how you finish. He finished how he started. Strong. And Martins Lissis takes a bow and thanks the crowd for all the energy they've given. And we thank him for the energy and the show he's provided us. Here we go. Who will be the first to get the stone up? And as simple as that, one movement. Kilishkowski showing why he's so good. Not even getting underneath it. This is fast. This man is a human specimen. Here he goes. Straight up again. The first two stones unbelievably quick. The next one, 200 kilos. Slight slip from him. Looking at his hands, once more tacky. Let's go, Matthias. Let's go, Caron. Yes, gents. So taxing for them. So difficult to get your fingers underneath. And get grip. 30 seconds left. More than enough time to get that stone. Let's go, Matthias. He's got it up. He's got underneath it. Get angry, Kilishkovsky. Come on, Kilishkovsky. Get this. Get this. So close. So close. And JF Caron. That was given by the referee. Rewarding perseverance, determination. Dubai, when we start, are we going to get behind each and every single one of them? We will see 5 stones attempted. I imagine we'll see 5 stones completed. In what time, we are about to find out. Shaw 36, Thor 30 next month. Shaw 6'8", Thor 6'9", both men over 200 kilograms. Fairy tales have been written about men smaller than the 2 guys that are about to compete in this. These men are of mythical proportions. 200 kilograms. The same number of major organs as all of us. Here we go. They're getting themselves G'd up. Both men focused. Dubai, this will be the final strongman action we will see here tonight. Competitors out to support them. Fans here have stayed for hours to see this point. We could not miss it. It is the final showdown. Head referee Mark issuing final instructions. Ladies and gentlemen, Dubai, for one last time, they will attempt dominance. Gamesmanship, focus. Here we go. Dubai, would you please give it up for Gigantor Brian Shaw? And would you please give it up once again for Thor Hafthor Bjornsson? They are underway, and the first man to get it on is Shaw. Rapid from Shaw, grip, an iron vice grip on the stones. Faster onto the third, Thor on the second. Brian Shaw, pinpoint accuracy. Brian on 200 kilograms, now he's got 225. He digs deep, he takes a breath, he lifts it, he gets underneath it, and he lifts it on! He lets out an alpha male exclaim. Hafthor still on the final stone. Calls it quits there, and the man who stands aloft, the man who stands tall after winning in the stones is Brian Shaw. 100% effort all the way to the end. And Thor deciding 4 was indeed enough for the win. What a head-to-head that was. Nothing between them on the first stone. Started to see separation on the second stone. And Brian, like a metronome, lifting those stones. With all the years of experience he's amassed. We need to show our appreciation for these incredible strongman athletes. We're first of all going to bring out those in 12th all the way up to those in 4th position. They will take a share of a split of £25,000 in $25,000 US dollars. I thought I was back in the UK again. So can we kick things off? He is from Burkina Faso. Would you please make some noise for the man in 12th position, Iron BB. Come on up, dude. Yes. He had to drop out due to injury, but the man is still smiling, and that is what we like to see. Following him, he comes from Scotland. He's in 11th position, Luke Stoltman.
Hey, little sister, what have you done?
Well done, Luke. Valiant to the end. In 10th position, he is a strongman legend. Would you please give it up for Big Z, Satruna Safiskas? Now he might still be on his way, so we'll move over to the 9th place. He is from England, Dartford to be precise. He's a legend of the sport as well, Terry Hollands. Here he comes, 155 kilograms of ripped to the core Dartford beef. In 8th place behind him from Scotland, Tom Stoltman. Proud as punch, Big Tom. What a performance he put up, getting that 5th stone up as well. Behind him, representing the United States of America, Martins Lissis. What a character the Dragon is. An MAS Wrestling World Champion. Behind him, from Georgia, the Georgian Bull, Konstantin Chanashia. All these men will take home a split of $25,000 US. Behind him, Swindon's finest, Lawrence Charley. 5th place for Big Lawrence, and he is loving life. And in 4th place, would you please give it up for Canada's greatest ever strongman? So good you hear a guitar riff accompanying his name. It's JF Caron. And now we get down to the business of the podium. This next strength athlete came in 3rd place. He will take home $15,000 US. He scored 52.5 points, and his name is Matthias Kieliszkowski. And if he'd please take his place on the podium, accompanied by the trophy in question, handed by Donna Dries, one of the co-creators of WUS Dubai 2018. The 2nd place trophy will be presented by Mark Boyd, the other co-creator of WUS Dubai 2018. Our athlete from the United States of America takes home $35,000 US. He is the Gigantor, Brian Shaw. Handshakes from all of the strongmen competitors here, because camaraderie is at the heart of everything that they do. Brian takes his place on the podium. He is no stranger to a podium, nor is the next man I'm about to introduce. He will be taking home 75,000 pounds, if those pounds were dollars. He'll be taking home 75,000 US, all the way from Iceland, with 60.5 points. Would you please give it up for Hafthor Julius Bjornsson. 6'9", over 200 kilograms. One of the favorites coming into the competition, and he delivered on expectation. He is a colossal human being, and as he takes his place on the podium, a massive round of applause to all of the human beings you see up on this stage. All worthy, all strong, all determined, all one family. But for the time being, we announce the World's Ultimate Strongman 2018 to Hafthor Julius Bjornsson. Dubai, thank you for being a part of strongman history. the inaugural event. It has been on fire. The competition has been exemplary, and that's courtesy of every single person you see here.